We have time for another story?
Absolutely.
Okay, so there was a school in New York for special needs children, and they asked one of the parents, would you come to our annual dinner and make a presentation, tell everyone, all the big donors, how wonderful our school is, because if you do that, then maybe we'll get some more donations. And the dad's like, look, we're so happy with the school, how could I say no? So he came to the dinner, and he stood up at the podium. And he made a speech, and he said, this school is so wonderful. My child, Shia was his name, my child gets such great services here, and the staff is wonderful, and the administration is great, and the friends are wonderful. So we're really grateful, and I want to thank you all. But I also have a question. And everyone kind of looked at him. And he says, you know, I was taught that everything that God does in the world is perfect. And yet, I'm a little bit baffled. Because I look at my son. He can't read and write like the other children his age. He can't play sports like the other children his age. He's not a regular kid. So where is the perfection in my son? Did God mess this one up? And everyone in the room was just stone silent. They were shocked. And he goes, let me tell you the answer to the question. He says, a couple of months ago, I was walking with my son through a park, and we see a whole bunch of boys out playing a game of baseball. And Shia says to me, hey, Dad, do you think they'll let me play? And you don't want to break a boy's heart. So you're like, well, they're in the middle of a game. Let's let them play. Oh, Dad, I always wanted to play baseball. Please, 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 can you ask them if they'll let me play? This kid never played baseball in his life. He goes, well, we can ask, but probably, you know, they're in the middle of a game. So the dad goes over, and he sees, you know, one of the older boys there on the field, and he goes, look, can I ask you a question? He says, do you think my son could play? And this one boy turns around to his friends, like, what am I supposed to tell this guy? He says, sure, he can be on our team. Shia's face lit up. He goes running out onto the field, doesn't know where to go, doesn't know what to do, so they give him a mitten. They send him out to right field, and he's standing there playing with the grass, and they're playing ball. He's happy as can be. And they didn't really care because they were down by 4 or 5 runs anyway. Game was almost over. And then it's their turn to bat, and all the kids are batting, and they actually score a run in a second and a third, and they actually start scoring a few runs and realize that it's bases loaded, 2 outs, and it was actually Shia's turn to bat next. And everyone is watching, and the father is mortified, thinking, oh my God, it's his turn, and they're not going to let him bat because he's going to throw the game. And they could kind of look at him and say, Shia, it's your turn. So he goes up to the plate, and he clumsily picks up a bat, and the pitcher throws the first pitch, and a second after it was in the catcher's glove, Shia swings. And everyone's thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be terrible. And the pitcher then comes a little bit closer, and he throws it underhand to Shia. And again, Shia swings, misses by a mile. And the father's standing there, he can't even bear to watch. And then one of the boys from his team says, let me help you. And he holds the bat together with Shia. And the pitcher comes all the way right up in front of him and throws the ball. And the 2 boys together hit the ball. And everyone screams, run, Shia, run! And he starts running. And the pitcher picks up the ball, looks at the first baseman, and throws it way over his head. And everyone screams, Shia, run to second! And Shia's running to second, and by that point, the first baseman gets the ball. He looks at the second baseman, throws it way over his head into left field. And all the boys are going, run, Shia, run! And he's rounding second onto third. And suddenly, the boys who are playing defense, who are out in the field, start running alongside Shia, saying, run, run. And they pick him up, and all the boys run him across home plate and say, Shia, you just won the game for us. And they made him the hero. And the father looked out at the crowd of people at that dinner that night, and he says, you want to know where God's perfection is in the world? When I look at my son, it's in his ability to bring out the perfection in others. Not every kid could be a rock star. Not everyone's going to be the best. But sometimes the stress, the failures, the hardships that we have, we enable other people to become vehicles for compassion, for kindness. I remember when I gave my kidney, my recipient felt guilty that she was putting me through all this, and she had no choice. She needed to live, but she felt badly about it. And at the same time, I thanked her. I said, do you realize what you're giving to me? You're giving me the opportunity to give life, to make the world that much better. And so sometimes we have pain, we have stress, we have hardships. My message is to take those opportunities, grow from them, find strength, make the world better, help enrich the lives of other people.